Welcome to the local news bulletin here on Star Television Network, Channel 21. I am Leonora Jawara, and these are the top headlines. The National Grand Coalition engaged journalists to give position on the dual citizenship and other pertinent issues. The flag bearer of the Sierra Leone People's Party, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, has called on students of Rabi College, University of Sierra Leone, to enforce a change through the ballot and not through violence. Ebola survivor children and hundreds of other school pupils of the Nouvelle Christian Academy are demanding for their school after alleged demolishment by Sanusi Brusky Kamara. Sierra Leone's immigration boss, Khalifa Kurma, gives updates on how the immigration system operates in the country. And in sports, Sierra Leone football icon and former captain of Leone Stars, Mohamed Kalon, has said he is among the football stakeholders in Sierra Leone that is responsible for the poor condition of football in the country and admonish all Sierra Leoneans to forget about the past and look the way forward. All these making the top headlines. Now the news in detail. The National Grand Coalition has engaged members of the press to give its position on the dual citizenship and other pertinent issues. Gracious Levy was there and she felt in this report.
Addressing his audience at the Sierra Leone Insurance Company Building Conference Hall in Freetown on Thursday, 18th January 2018, the presidential candidate for the National Grand Coalition, Alhaji Dr. Kande Kole Yum-Kellar, said his attention has been drawn to the issue of dual citizenship, maintaining that he has since November 2017 denounced the United States of America citizenship. He furthered that allegations levied against him holding an Austrian passport is absolutely false and assured his supporters and the general public that he will be contesting both for the parliamentary and presidency come March 2018 and challenged other presidential aspirants to do likewise by facing the press and the general public.
Listening to a number of allegations, so my party and I decided that they will come and address some of these issues directly. So I have some prepared remarks and they will be distributed as well at the end. So I'll read. Ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate, my attention has been drawn to a series of articles alleging that I am currently a United States citizen and therefore cannot contest as Member of Parliament and subsequently for the presidency of Sierra Leone. I was away from Sierra Leone and returned 2 days ago when the debate was raging. I have convened you here today to respond to these allegations against me during the past week. I decided that in the interest of the public, there is need to clear the air and set the record straight. It is a fact that I have had dual nationality. It is also a fact that I renounced the US citizenship to fully be supreme, and I am strongly of the view that the President, as fountain of honor and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, must have allegiance to only the country he or she leads or will be leading. Voluntarily and because of my firm commitment to serve Sierra Leone, I renounced my US citizenship to ensure that I fully qualify to run for parliament, to represent my people of Samu in the Gambia district, and to contest the position of President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. In other words, I made sure that I did not violate Section 76, 1A of the 1991 Constitution. Today, before my formal nomination at the National Electoral Commission, I categorically say to you, the people of Sierra Leone, to you, the people of Sierra Leone, that as of this moment, I do not hold any other nationality.
Dr. Yumkela lamented over the misuse of the Constitution and abuse of office by some notable politicians in governance, describing the main opposition party's representation as being silent over pertinent issues. The NGC Dr. Yumkela maintained is here to stay and very hopeful to win both the presidential parliamentary election.
What we see now is a leadership determined to divide Sierra Leone. For purely selfish reason to hold on to power. It is a cabal, unlike Ahmed Tijan cabal, making the effort to unify us. Others are doing everything to divide this nation, even at the 11th hour when their time is finishing. Today, our democracy is under siege, and our constitution is being abused by a cabal that is convinced that they must hold on to power by any means possible. When he was in opposition, His Excellency and his Vice President pleaded with the diaspora to support him, and they helped to propel him to power. In fact, it is rumored right now that 6% of his ministers, 6 of his ministers and deputy ministers have dual nationality. This is not only deeply hypocritical, but also a violation of the 1991 Constitution. This is a shame. This is a shame. When people wanted power, they were running to the diaspora. Atlanta in particular, it is no surprise that 3-4 people from Atlanta were appointed. Immediately they took over. They didn't know about the law. Or else, it is the typical style of some in government. They use you, they abuse you, and they dump you.
Precious Amabel Lebe reports for Star TV News.
Now, the flag bearer of the Sierra Leone People's Party, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, has called on students of Rabi College, University of Sierra Leone, to enforce a change through the ballot and not through violence, saying through him is the right direction for a fulfilling hope. Wide Asese has all the details, and she now reports.
Addressing students of Rabi College, the flag bearer of the SLPP, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, expressed his disappointment on the present status of education in the country, adding that a sound educational system is that which benefits the person and the entire nation. He promised students that after his victory in the 2018 elections, the decline in the educational system in the country will be a thing of the past, as he is passionate to bring back the country's past glory within the education sector and revive the country's economy for the benefit of all. Retired Julius Maada Bio describes himself as a proud veteran who, during the 11 years civil conflict in Sierra Leone, sacrificed his youthful age for the restoration of peace and stability in the country. The running mate of the SLPP party, Dr. Mohammed Julde Jallo, in his remarks, implored students to be ambassadors of change by choosing what he referred to as the new direction that stands to advocate for the value of education and to deliver the aspirations of the people.
Second message, I want to underline the importance of this university to this election. to understand the dynamics of these elections, to understand the importance of this election, to understand the extreme vital nature of this election than you. Yes, yes. Because you can better identify with the challenges of this country. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Know the problems of this country. Oh, yes. You are living the problems of this country. So today, I want you to know that you have a very vital role to play because you are the ambassadors of the new generation. Each and every one of you is an ambassador of the new direction. The third message, which is perhaps the final one,
You get PhD, yeah?
is that
I don't have fake PhD, yeah?
General Julius Madabio, we are going to give this country a new direction.
Retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, who is the presidential flag bearer of the SLPP, pledged to raise the standard of education in the country, making it free, ranging from classes 1 at primary level to senior secondary school level, maintaining that for a better transformation of the university, he will restructure the university and reframe for political appointment of university chancellors. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Waida Sisay.
You're still watching the news bulletin here on Star Television Network, Channel 21. Ebola survivor children and hundreds of other school pupils of the Novel Christian Academy are demanding for their school after alleged demolishment by Sanusi Brusky Kamara. Precious Levy has more.
Children that survived the Ebola and hundreds of other pupils of the Nouvelle Christian Academy at Mechkem Godrich Western Area Rural District on Monday 15th January 2018 resorted to a protest over the alleged demolition of their school by Sanusi Brusky Kamara's company. The action was mounted with the burning of tires and sticks on the road and chanting of protest songs by the aggrieved pupils of the academy. The aggrieved pupils of the academy, in venting their anger, resorted to burning of tires and sticks on the road and chanting songs of protest demanding a stay-put action to restore their school. According to the aggrieved children, Pastor Samuel Davis Newville, the in-charge, has been assisting them since they lost their parents during the 14th August 2018 landslide. And now that their school is being demolished by allegedly others from the government, their plight is being questioned.
Something like that. And when I can, they don't ask nobody, they say, our government, this, that, and so on. And also, Lance also say, not aware of the place where they can broke. And right now, as you can see, we all, right now, Monday, we don't can school, we make the place broke like it broke so. Let us tell, we let Papa government there, we appeal, let Papa government tell, we also the ones that we go there.
Giving his account on the incidents in an interview with this medium, Pastor Samuel Davis Newville stated that the demolition came as a surprise and he was not given any notice or court order prior to the demolition.
Samuel Davis Newville, and I am a pastor of this church and also the head of the school organization, which is the Nouvelle Christian Academy. The police, about 2 trucks of police came in on Saturday and they said they are acting on a court order. They did not show me any copy of the court order. I did not go to court. We never had any prior notice, legally or officially. They just came in with the 2 trucks and the police and the caterpillar, and they started to demolish. I tried to make requests for documents. They said no, they are not in a position to give me any documents. They are only acting on the order of the police. So they just demolished everything. They took down the fence and then they went for the buildings one after the other.
The children explained their ordeal to representatives from the Human Rights Commission, who later arrived at the scene, and the head of the Interreligious Council, also a Human Rights Commissioner, admonished them to stay put. He called on all the pupils and parents to stay calm and avoid violence, noting that they would only worsen the situation, and encouraged them to exercise patience while they look into the matter.
Let us not do anything there are people who are supposed to fight for their rights. And one of the institutions and the Human Rights Commission. The commission are there, they get other staff there, we come out from the commission, we they observe.
Speaking at a press conference held at the office of Sanusi Brusky Kamara, he stated that his company, MK Dijas, bought the 47 acres of land, and after the transaction, they realized that people had encroached on the land and had to pay off some of the encroachers. A mosque, he said, was also erected.
I bought this property. As a company, we decide, managing directors, the other head of investment at the company, we buy this property. When we buy this property, we realize, after we buy the property done, a lot of encroachments. I'm going to keep on showing this, don't take place. As you can see, on 47 acres, they chase them out when they kill one permanent employee them. I don't say some of now, see that no more that case thing.
Adding that the pastor in charge, Pastor Newville, refused to negotiate with the company to reach an understanding. Precious Amabel Lebe reports for Star TV News.
Sierra Leone's immigration boss, Khalifa Kuruma, gives updates on how the immigration system operates in the country in this interview.
Well, of course, in every community, when it just took over, you would have to face some political pressure, you know. But again, I thank God because the head of state was absolutely, and even as I speak, is absolutely supporting, you know, the change that I came and introduced in this department. So the political pressure was there, the indiscipline hoodlum that was introduced by those that are inside of the structure and outside of the structure was also, you know, a kind of thing that I had to face. And even the international pressure I was also getting, the blame from each and every corner of some parts of the world that our passports are being misused and all the rest of it. So these are all the things I had to encounter that I had to fight, and I succeeded in handling them. The structure in 2007, like I did say, was a derelict structure. It was quite an old-fashioned building that did not befit, you know, the function of modern-day immigration services. It was absolutely an eyesore, externally and internally.
Apart from the physical structure in terms of building, how about the structure of the office itself, in terms of departments, units, and what have you?
First of all, the places to work in were absolutely, you know, tiny. They were unkempt, they were dirty. So what I'd done was to engage by then the accountants that came and worked with me at the time to do a divisional, you know, aspect of the insides of the building with cardboards and all the rest of it, for me to be able to provide some work to people that can do the work, you know. So when that happened, we realized that people started working, and some divisions also of the main entrance of the building was done for me to be able to create like a customer service department, a public relations office, etc., etc., etc. And I was able to manage within the limited space that was available then to structure it in ways that we were able to manage the affairs of the department. And the entire structure needed a facelift. All the more reason why I had to push and push and push until His Excellency the President gave me, you know, a nod of approval for the establishment to be moved where I am today, which was the former Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A major challenge that I encountered, I hardly ever knew who was, you know, a bona fide worker of this institution. Because there are lots of guys hanging around in that particular previous place where we were, and they were putting on an attire that looked like as if he was part and parcel of the administration. Until subsequently, what I'd done was to try and change the uniforms and gave them identity cards, yes, cards, so to speak, so that people that are out there could understand who the immigration officer was from the indisciplined hoodlums. 10 uninterrupted period of years, it's by itself a legacy. Because there has never been no one who has led this department beyond 3 or 4 years without being sacked, without being found to be wanton or corrupt, and without any unsavory kind of thing occurring to such people, you know.
And now for sports, as a Sierra Leone football icon and former captain of Leone Stars, Mohamed Kalon, has said he is among the football stakeholders in the country that is responsible for the poor condition of football in Sierra Leone, and called on all Sierra Leoneans to forget about the past and look the way forward. Ilson Join, our sports correspondent, has all the details.
Thanks to Leonard Jawa in the studio for some sporting news. We start with the local scene. The former captain of the national team, football icon Mohamed Kalon, disclosed to this medium that, well, he wants to take the blame as the position of footballing in the country is not much impressive. He explained more to this medium what he thinks about the football stakeholders and also the solution for sanity to prevail within the football family.
I'll be there into the coaching school, where I don't get about 3 or 4 different licenses. In 2015, I get my UEFA B, and in 2016, I get my USSF B, and in 2017, I get my UEFA A license.
Okay.
And right now, at the moment, I do my USSF A license. And a very good experience. Obviously, we did transform from a footballer to become a coach. You get to go through the process, and that process they need, plenty education, plenty learning, and to develop your abilities and skills, because it's actually different from playing. And a lot of things then we get for provide we used to before, because before you're an individual player, but now you get for lead a team, you get for lead player, so you get for provide leadership. So part of that, and then at the course, have to provide leadership. Have to provide a proper performance environment with the equipment, the fields, and other things that for make the players then comfortable. Let the environment be conducive for the players then for learn and pay attention. So part of the things then the direct influence and indirect influence from you, the coach, so I get access for talk and influence for direct. The authorities for let things happening right now.
So IB Talik, for you meet with players in different parts of the world. How the atmosphere will look like?
Now a friendly atmosphere. Football is all about football. We go there, we speak about football every day, all day, and it'll be a great experience, because the purpose of that learning environment is for create an atmosphere where coaches are able to change ideas, able to exchange philosophy and add and embody new experience and other things that we need to add into the game. Because mind you, the principles of the game, the tactical principle of the games, it's too much. So you will know some, but maybe extending ideas, talking to other coaches, then you're able to refresh yourself and probably add to your philosophies.
What inspired you for return back home?
Home is home. Sierra Leone is my only home, and I know say however it take long, I will always come back, because my motive for living Sierra Leone, now for try to empower myself, try to give myself the leverage for being in a situation and in a position for help, for developing, for go back to the country, because as you know, we get the players that we like an icon to them. They look forward to we, and we don't get the exposure, we don't get the opportunity to play for bigger clubs, and we don't play to the top level. So it be what time for that go through the course, for that able for equip myself properly for come back and able for transmit my knowledge to some of the players. Then we will forget the opportunity for playing at the international stage, which is very, very difficult. So now it make a go there for go upgrade my skills, my coaching skills, so at least I will come back and help.
You turn back to Sierra Leone with an impression about football in the country?
Basically, there's no two sides to it. Very, very sad. For come back after a few years and no say football only playing in the country. We win on leg, at the end of the day. Now the small one they suffer. But at the end of the day, we for all self-responsible. We're like a miss or big all self-responsible, because how it goes.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone now is all about people and ego. Probably if I look at the bigger picture and see the damage it will cause, maybe I'm not going to make the decision they want to make for stay away from football and be part of the people that we make the game not play. I'll just be honest, Aisha not just one person, the country bigger than Aisha. The bobo them way they play football and bigger than Boku past Aisha. So I'll not be free say if we go down that line there and we insist that much that we're able to make at the end of the day the football not play, because maybe get the power, the voice for able to bridge the gap, the differences between the two sides for make the football play. But because of the entertainment, the stressful moment and other things they really think about, so you're not able to reflect. But these 2 years where I don't go out and sit down by myself, I don't know say I probably don't do better than that, and I probably don't take a different step and try to encourage people them say if we fight safe, but let the game play, because the young one they come with, young talent them we they play football, now the profession they at stake. Like now we game not there for the past 4 years, how we expect the players to play. Look at the national team. We're not a national team anymore. Look at the national stadium. We're not a national stadium anymore. Because not to a pitch down there for play, but because people they play every day and they play week in, week out, I make we don't get to this situation. So me and one possibly get myself for blame, and I'm gonna apologize to all Sierra Leoneans, them, to all the young talent them, we for don't get that opportunity to play for the next 4 years, we for not playing at the country. Because if we don't be man enough for stand up and talk to my own party, my own team, and Aisha and team, follow we can together and see football move forward. But nevertheless, in all late it, we still go work in the process, follow able to bridge the gap, let the game play. Whatever grievances we get, whatever differences we get, we will put aside and think about the country first.
Well, that was Mohamed Kalon talking about his coaching career and also admitting that he's one of the individuals that is responsible for the current position within the football family. We hope that all the stakeholders, the executive of the Sierra Leone Football Association, will come together for the development of football in the country. In the ongoing Central One Football Association Inter-Community League at the Parade Playing Ground, Frobe community will be in attendance in tomorrow's game. According to the manager of the team, who is Mohamed Bangura, known as Raga, is optimistic of getting a win, as we saw what they did against Grafton Community when they registered a 16th victory. Here is the report.
I'm meeting people away. I believe say anything they do, I believe in pre-preparation. I do to the pre-preparation make I get good results.
What is Spana for Canada Kofa League?
Pardon?
What is Spana for Canada Kofa League?
Well, actually, we community in a big community. Follow we sit down, all community they go like the Kofa League, we know they go there. And we get players then. Them players and they don't go sit down, they don't play. They say willing for play for the community. And then they say, TM, you alone go na parade. They will say go execute with talent. And that's can we go there.
Which team are they play against?
We play against Kosoto, we rival them.
You believe so I get the team for beating?
Definitely we get the might. Everything there.
When I get planned for sign more players?
Well, actually, you know, say football, you don't just relax, you have a the player the way game. If you see more good players, then you don't go in for them. Like the big team like you always do, they get team, they go for more players in. That for motivate the team more.
So if you win, how the community go there?
The community go there in a good form, cheering, because that's all we use for them. We go cultural battle, beat, we dance. Now that's what we believe in.
If you lost?
We don't go to the drawing board and rectify mistakes.
What inspire you for be part of football? Because we see say you need more of weightlifting.
Well, actually, I'm a sportsman. Because people they always ask me this question, say, you are the president of weightlifting and powerlifting association. How come you come back from football? Me, I don't believe in sport. I didn't all sport. Then football, again, me, I believe say one of my hobby is football. And football at the country, it don't go down. Coming to football, man, like we, that will motivate people to come more for letting football go before the country.
But that was Mohamed Bangura, known as Gaga, the team manager for the Frobe community. We hope that sanity and peace will continue prevailing in the ongoing inter-community league organized by the Sierra Leone, organized by the Central One Football Association. Away from the local scene, Gary Piqué of Barcelona have extended his contract until 2022. According to the Daily Mail newspaper, he's saying that Piqué decided to extend his contract in Barcelona to see how he win more medals. Well, we hope that he continues to get a good season in the ongoing Spanish La Liga, despite we saw yesterday Barcelona, they failed to win against Espanyol in the ongoing Copa del Rey. Well, the news about Alexis Sanchez, a lot of speculation is still going on, according to Arsene Wenger, that if Manchester United meet the demands to sign the player, then they will sign Alexis Sanchez. But according to Arsene Wenger, if Manchester United fail of getting the player in the next 48 hours, there is a possibility for Alexis Sanchez for him to be in the match against Crystal Palace, where in Arsenal will be playing against Palace. That's all for sports. Back to Ileana Jarawa in the studio.
Well, that's all in a Star News file here on Star Television Network, Channel 21. Thank you for watching. I am Leonora Jawara. Stay blessed.